plays games with Steve
and Angel.
New session.
Yeah, we're full of chicken.
Working on a night move.
We had some Korean fried chicken.
Or, you know, with the timing of this session, we might as well refer to this as Night Court.
All right. When it all.
All right. Okay. Polite laughter out of the way. All right.
Polite laughter complete. All right. Well, what happens? There were 2 customers in my restaurant. At the restaurant. Okay. I remember I was
customers.
Some new art decos that day. Okay.
Hold it. And who were the 2 customers exactly?
Of course, the young man who died. And the other not so young man.
You're referring to yesterday's witness, I presume.
What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence.
We need some hard evidence first before we bring him up, don't we?
I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being.
I was experimenting with new art decos that day.
Hold it! You were experimenting with art deco? How come I never heard about that before today?
You're not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur?
Please stay on topic. Now, why...
Stay on topic!
Sorry. I just I heard SungWon's voice ringing in my head as soon as... Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before?
But I did just a few moments ago.
Ahem. Sorry, I was having some coffee. Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decoction?
Decoction! It's the decoction! No, Art Deco. It is a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design. Walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing.
Ah, yes, of course. That deco.
I was trying to achieve more la feminine look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of la decor.
I feel like you're already doing a good job at that, John Armstrong.
Oh, really? Thank you. Like having a large mirror between the tables.
Hold it! How big of a mirror are we talking about here?
Both?
Both?
Both of them. Both of these nuts. Something. Something about 4 meters wide and about 2 meters high.
Let's see. If 1 meter is about 1 yard, holy glass in a frame, that's huge!
That's huge.
That's huge!
I was intending to install it on la ceiling eventually.
The ceiling?
No, la ceiling.
The ceiling?
La ceiling.
La ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling?
Please stay on topic!
Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember.
You don't remember? Mine, no. But I decided not to go through with it in the end.
What should I do? Should I ask him about the mirror or not?
Let's press harder.
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 Harder. If you really had such a large...
Are you too fucking high? What is going on?
I'm just enjoying la language.
All down.
You know, I'm just trying to set the tone, trying to keep myself awake. Because it's gonna be 2 in the morning where I'm gonna be, love mirror. Don't fucking care anymore.
We'll go to 2 in the morning if you keep going at this pace.
If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies.
But
Objection! You didn't ask, Trite. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work.
What?
A mirror was delivered to Tribulations the day before the incident.
Really?
As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes, and as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end.
This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribulations, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime.
Ha! If you want to doubt someone, Trite, look in the mirror. I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough.
Burn. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror.
Phoenix looks and he sees his nobody.
Oh god. We, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. Oh, yeah, I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to go back.
Back. Hold it! Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object.
Objection! Normally. How does normality come into this? That's lame, Trite, even for you.
Huh?
Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer, and the top-knot chick over there, purple girl, and the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here? Well, Trite?
Wow.
Not the hair!
I do not have a top knot.
Mr. Godo is correct. He is ungodly cool. A lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument.
Bien, logic has won la day. I feel like Godo definitely has like OCs. It's just like yeah, like and they have like fire. They have like fire powers.
Godo.
Everyone's Godo. Yeah.
Powers.
They have
Hold it!
a wing, an angel wing, and a devil wing.
Everything?
And 3 of Sephiroth's swords. 1 in both hands, and then like Zoro in his mouth.
Yeah.
And his name has an X in front of it.
Yeah. Zagato.
He would have seen everything in reverse?
We. Hey, Nick, we should take a second, think about what old CD said in the testimony.
How did he phrase it again?
Pay attention to this, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to say it in my Kudo voice. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs.
So they're both on the same side. And he swears it's the left.
No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt.
It was his left. His left. It was his left ear, without a doubt.
And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
Weird. If he saw everything he described reflected in a mirror, then everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right, huh?
And that clears up all the problems with his testimony. I guess. Or does it?
No, because his,
It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but
do you think old CD saw everything through a reflection?
if he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony.
But that just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's gotta be something in the old man's testimony. We've just gotta dig deeper.
Find out who we are.
Oh, was that the last one?
Yes.
Okay. I think I pressed everything. I remember I was experimenting with a new, like avoiding la mirror. Or like having, perhaps that was what the old man's looking at. The cup, the earpiece, and the glasses. He would have seen everything in reverse.
Mole.
No. Well, no, the glasses is the problem. I just, did I get anything new? The small bottle, the smottle. They got the matches. The Munchies medical bills. Payment was due last year. Tendling handmade lunchbox. Oh, we still have it. Uh-oh.
Remember, we got a new one.
Yes, but and it's larger. I'm just like, did we have to deliver that?
Bigger weenies.
Ooh. Experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday. A computer virus made by Glenn Elg. Worth millions of dollars. How do you like safely file a virus? Found at Tenderler.
Put it in a zip folder.
Yeah, it's okay. David said there is a note saying meet with the Dagiel. The victim. Oh, the medicine. That's right. It's in a bottle. A deadly powdery poison. And then the lottery ticket. And then the coffee cup. So he swears he grabbed that with the left hand. The only thing that wouldn't make sense is the glasses to me. I can't see though whether or not which side his glasses were on. Floor plans. Diet of potassium. I forget what the lethal amount of potassium is from like eating bananas. But that was like a whole
I
meme.
think if you eat 2, you're fucked.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Guys, yeah.
I think we gotta stop recording.
Oh god.
Go to the hospital.
No contract. I got
Go
diarrhea.
to the ER. What seems to be the problem here? I had 2 bananas.
Good god, get him to the emergency room. My god. Would his photo suffice? I mean, I don't know if it's really a photo. It's just like his profile. The victim had a programmer. Oh no, it says right left ear. Okay. Yeah.
Yes! Objection!
It's like the wording.
To be fair, this game is really using more of the profiles as evidence than Justice
Angel's
for All.
least favorite thing.
No, it is kind of confusing, but like I was about to
you did
saying,
great.
like if you
That
just
was great.
read the description, it's like all you need. is good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
We're going to finish the game tonight.
yeah. We're gonna carry this energy all the way to 2 a.m. Here we go.
Yeah.
The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we?
Can you say it silly now?
Please.
Sure. You got any requests?
No, just go.
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you could lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt.
I was trying to think of like a old Disney
No, I
character.
can't think of one either, too.
What was the professor? I forget his name.
Oh, Von Drake?
Yeah.
So that would just be like doing like
Oh,
Einstein.
Ludwig von Drake.
Ludwig von Drake.
Yeah.
So to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side.
Exactement. Exactement. You see, monsieur. Now that you think about. Oh, wait, hold on. Now that you think about it, it is not so odd, no? Yeah, it's just as simple as the
Yeah,
sentence.
it's not so odd.
Not so odd.
Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror. Why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head?
Ooh. Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
Objection! How bitter. Try it, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time.
Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different?
My cock. You don't understand the way the witness
It's bitter?
thinks. Oh, it's bitter. You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
I don't understand the way the witness
How he
says.
thinks?
Yeah, you remember this, I presume.
I broke the vase? Sorry? Apology? What? I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony?
Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg?
Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear his left ear?
Not as good as your last impression.
Rude. Ha! Well tried.
Yerk. That's the worst, but best impression of Kudo ever.
Yeah. Duh.
Well, someone else would think so. Wow, I really thought he was old seedy for a minute there. Goto's good. Wow.
Enough! I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash.
Boil! Boil!
A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears.
We're all yours. Oui, I can explain. Please, if you look at la plans of la restaurant. Alors, is everyone sitting comfortably?
Yes.
Good. La mirror, it was in the middle of la restaurant, dividing the two halves. There's only one seat from which I was doing a little bit of Von Karma. One seat
There's only
from,
one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim.
that was the last seat at the table next to la victims. That was where la old man was sitting. After la terrible incident occurred, I moved la mirror so it was not on the way. But naturally, I do not touch anything else.
I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men's like this.
Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again.
I hate that guy.
You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Volunteer, of course.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
I mean, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing two halves. I just need a...
Shut up!
There was a boot.
It's not me, it's the cat.
Oh, yeah.
So there's only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. The seat at the table next to the victim. Sorry, I read all that and did not process it because I was too focused on the voice.
Great.
Let's play. Yeah, let's play Brain. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. I did not touch anything else.
Hold it! So, run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct?
We?
We? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would be in the way.
Objection! Look who's talking, trite.
Huh?
You're obstructing my view, among other things.
But, this is my seat in the courtroom.
Très bien's charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you, trite.
I tell you, monsieur, la mirror was there, in the middle of the restaurant. There's only one seat where she could have seen the image of the victim.
Hold it! And where would that be?
Oh la la, look how you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in a suspense a little longer.
Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once.
I attract the older ones too. You know, handsome. Shall I tease you too? He just jizzed.
I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time.
He's talking about, what's his fuck, Ronald. I bet she has I bet they have a mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume. Bien, I will tell you, there was only one seat from which you could have seen. That was the seat where the table, blah, blah, blah. Nope, damn it. I'm trying to... Because I try to, like, press A to make it go faster, but then it skips the next one.
So why could you only see the victim from that particular seat?
My monsieur, it is obvious, no? If you look at la plans, you will understand. That right. La victim would have been reflected in la mirror like so. If you are sitting at la table next to him, you would have seen everything, no? So that's the old seat he was sitting in on the other day, when the poisoning happened.
The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim? Why does that seem kind of odd?
after the terrible incident occurred.
Hold it! Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police?
Oui, exactement. I carried it out of la restaurant then.
You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself?
What can I say? I know how to pick things up, handsome.
Steve knew what I was gonna do.
I just hear SungWon just smack his lips, and I'm like,
What can I say, Tip? You're welcome.
you're welcome.
Well, I was like, I'll let them finish the line. The Rock.
Goto actually laughed at something.
Moana's my favorite Disney movie.
Really? Well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it is possible. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong?
I look like the obliging type, no?
What can I say? I love Lin-Manuel Miranda's music. Hamana, hamana, habada,
I'd like to-
habada, 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 habada.
I would like to present the court with this. Observe the coconut.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'd like to add it to the evidence.
If I could swear to you, if I never touched my balls.
If I could prove that I never touched my balls, would you promise not to tell a single soul?
He touches balls!
Add that to the court record.
You already said the same.
Or no, I didn't. Are you sure about that?
I'm sure I didn't touch my balls.
I touched nothing but my balls. I touched nothing except la mirror.
Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene?
Yeah, they touched them. Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger.
Which I didn't put my finger on my balls.
Finger. What exactly?
Suffering from a case of heartburn, Trite?
Oh, I have just the thing for that. An oil with the golden mirror and Frankenstein.
This oil definitely touched my balls.
Add a few drops to your coffee, and voila, enjoy.
Focus, Phoenix. Breathe. You need to ignore those two and just find some evidence.
Focus Phoenix is just playing.
If I can prove that I never touched my balls, just playing in his head on repeat.
It is pretty strange, though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about their balls in this playthrough. Anything about a really large
I'm not
mirror.
going crazy. I could prove that they talked about their balls.
Anything about a really large mirror. You think someone would have? You think what someone would have, but Maggie didn't, and neither did old Seedy.
And the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Trey Bien that day. Now I just got to prove it somehow. Might be a good time to look over your court record because it's new session.
I was looking over it last time. Oh, to look with my special eyes.
My bad.
My brand. Well, this could. Well, this was taken after the fact. What does it say? Photo of the kitchen taken from near the kitchen. I mean, they could have moved it or whatever. What is the blueprints of the crime scene? Press A for the X equals victim seat. The idea is that we need to prove whether or not there was a mirror there, and if it makes sense that if he was in the seat at the top left, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, they're saying that Victor Kudo was sitting at the top left table.
Okay. And specifically, would it be the chair on the left?
Well, yeah.
For
I
the
guess
mirror.
it doesn't really matter, but I would assume the one on the the left.
Okay.
I think it's the best view.
And supposedly, like, it reflected, and that's what he was looking at.
Right.
When that's in the court, I broke the vase at my seat. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I sorry. Okay. Well, both of these are fine, and he broke his vase, so it couldn't have been that seat. But I think I have to show this first? La Mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant. So there's only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. So that was the seat on the table next to the victim. That was where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. I mean, I want to contradict where he was sitting. That was where he was sitting. And my idea is that, like, I probably have to do 1, 2. First, I say that the broke the vase, and then I showed the picture. That's what I'm going to get at. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
Objection!
Okay, the music stopped.
Your Honor, Mr. Kudo's words yesterday strongly contradict Mr. Armstrong's testimony.
Oh, thank God.
This is the letter of apology that was written by Mr. Kudo, is it not?
I realize it looks useless, Your Honor, but this is still testimony.
Ha! I guess useless people are only really good at identifying useless things.
What relevance does this scrap of paper have to the trial, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Kudo's testimony is actually very relevant to the question at hand, Your Honor, because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence.
Oh, thank God. It's exactly what I want. Okay, and this is the crime photo. And that's what it is, and I'm going to present that.
Yes. This piece of evidence contradicts with testimony we have heard, Your Honor.
You're gonna hate this, Angel. You could have done the other way around too. Isn't that very lenient and nice?
No, it's actually the crime photo.
It is a little because...
Why? I was actually worried that it wouldn't let you.
I was worried too.
But no, the game is smart enough.
I mean, so... No, it's in this moment. It's great that they're doing that.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks is when it, I want to suggest something and they're like, no, why would I think that? And it's like, I have to like fucking connect the dots and like I'm thinking ahead or whatever.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's right.
Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist.
What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
Should not exist, like you. Oh, damn. Yeah, sounds like you're describing... Sounds like you're describing yourself, Trite.
Wow.
Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. What is the something that should not exist in this photo?
Oh my God. Stupid Wemo. Stupid
Take that.
Wemo.
There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all.
Objection! Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from.
Exactly. There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Tribulations that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie.
Oh, mon Dieu!
Objection! Don't try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene.
Objection! Unfortunately, Mr. Godo, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary. In his own words, I did not touch anything else except the mirror.
Yerg.
Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself?
I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day.
You were born to play this character.
In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem.
Question mark?
Oh, you know what I meant. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear?
Ha! You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trite, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw?
If I can answer this, I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it.
Are you going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick?
There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya.
What do you mean?
Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table. I'm gonna talk like William Shatner.
And there was a sample CD.
There was a sample CD on the victim's table. No, we'll be here all night.
Yeah.
It all
2 a.m.
Yeah. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up.
I don't.
Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Okay,
Yes,
or not.
Your Honor.
All right.
The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple.
The ear doctor made a mistake. The victim was a phony? Mr. Kudo made a mistake. Well, it's not that one. Mr. Kudo made a mistake. Well, Mr. Kudo's like 100% sure the victim was a phony.
Ooh, I wonder if this is a good cliffhanger to leave this episode off on. Or
Or you want to go 30 more minutes?
I guess I'll make a decision.
Well, no, Steve, are you going to end it?
what do you think? Should we leave them in suspense?
I don't care. Just make a decision.
I guess we'll find out the answer tomorrow.
Whoa.
Bye-bye.